me, it still does work because then I can see that, that popped up in my head, and not be for you guys, and maybe for, I can use it with my daughter's team, since she plays flag football now. If it doesn't work, I can change it and adjust to it. But in playing with you guys, thank you so much for, I know it wasn't the season that we wanted, I know it wasn't going to be the season that we were hoping for, but you guys, thank you for the effort you guys gave me on the football field, especially yesterday. I know we were 4 players short. What happened to Avery before the game? It was unfortunate, but it is what it is, and you guys, thank you for another good season. 2 years. It's been 2 years. Okay? Spring of 2023, all the way until spring 2025. There was a lot of similarities this season to that first season. That first season, we won 5 games, we lost 3, we lost in the first round of the playoffs. This season, we won 5 games, we lost 3, and we lost in the first round of the playoffs. Our first loss in the spring of 23 came at the hands of the team, the Seahawks. Our first loss this season at the hands of the Seahawks. We lost to a team, the Tide. Again, this season we lost to the Tide. We lost to the Rams, who seemed like they were unstoppable. This season we lost to the Colts, who are unstoppable because that's where they were running the championship. And then, fortunately, us losing in the first one of the playoffs. But that doesn't take away from the season you guys gave me, the 2 seasons you guys gave me last year. The spring, when I saw all you guys at that scrimmage, my only thought was championship. I knew when I saw all you guys on the field together, even with Owen here, Ace was there, Bennett was there, I said, this is a championship team. You guys gave me that second championship. For those of you guys who were there in the fall, I wasn't expecting much. I did not expect to go undefeated. I told you guys that I didn't care about going undefeated because you guys gave me that undefeated season in the spring. I didn't expect to make the state championship last fall because we lost Owen, we lost Bennett, we lost Ace, Jordan wasn't there, bringing in 3 new kids. We weren't familiar with football at all. But we ended up making it back to the state championship. You guys gave me another undefeated regular season. For those of you guys who were there, thank you. The only thing I've yet to ever have is a losing season, and I'm glad I can say that. You guys gave me 2 undefeated seasons. Some of you guys 2 championships. Some of you guys 1. You guys helped me get to 2 state championships. Unfortunately, we didn't win.
Oh.
But we're still playing for Gridiron, so there's still time for that. I'm going to do it a little bit differently. Usually I call you guys' name and I say something about you guys. This time around, I just thought about this morning. I'm going to say either the best memory I have for either this season or past season. For Jarvis and Daniel, obviously, it would be for this season. And I'm probably going to get real emotional because these memories will stick with me forever. Okay? This first award, this first season with me, the memory I have of you, the scrimmage, you were last addition to the team because one player didn't decide not to play. You made the pressure on me with your speed. You ended up scoring a touchdown in that scrimmage, and I said, yes, I want on this team. I needed that speed. After Jordan's ankle injury and seeing that it wasn't the same blitzing, you became my #1 rusher because of that scrimmage. The first award is for Daniel. Spring of 2023. I know you're Avery's tackle football teammate, but I don't remember you from that first season. But the memory I have of you the most is when that day of the scrimmage in spring of 2023. I saw you catch the ball. Immediately when I see you catch the ball, I said that is my #1 receiver. I didn't even see you move at all. All I see was just how you catch the ball. I know me and your dad talked about this before the season. I don't care, man. As long as you keep catching like that, you balled out on Saturday. We were on 7-7 and 1 man short. Even when you come back and you're healthy, you will still be my #1 receiver, Liam.
Liam.
Summer of last year, in one of the games, him and the other kids were talking about, like, if he scored a certain amount of touchdowns for $600. And I was like, what? It was at the end of the game. He already scored 2 touchdowns. Last play of the game. I said just throw it up to him. Isaiah throws it up in the air. He falls down to the ground and somehow catches the ball and scores his third touchdown of the game. I run past his dad and yell, that's 3, that's 3, that's 3. And the dad ends up giving him $100. That is the best memory I have with you, man. Ever since then, he's been balling. Probably missed a wide open because you always find a way to get open. Rashad.
Wow.
The playoff game was spring 2023 against the Huskies. Unexpectedly, you were one of, I want to say, 3 kids who you weren't a starter, but as a backup, you and Aaron and Danny, you guys coming up big in that playoff game against the Huskies. The memory I have with you, that you running down the sideline, I believe it was twice in that game, you running down the sideline wide open and scoring a touchdown. The work ethic that you put in when I'm proud to have you on this team. Probably Ace was once the most quiet kid I've ever met. You are now the quietest kid I've ever met. That's the word of Simon. When I seen you, I said I need that at free safety. I need that at free safety. And it is not because Rowan did not want to play free safety, but I told myself I needed height back there. Because I didn't want the ball to be thrown deep. So, I've seen an improvement season after season after season after season. The main memory I have of you, which I seen the video, your dad went nuts, I went nuts, I jumped off the ground. That one-handed interception was absolutely amazing in that first game. This next award is for Louis.
Louis, wow.
In your first official game this season, I think the last time I've seen somebody dominate back-to-back plays, back-to-back plays was Owen of last year. You had a sack and you had an interception the following play. And you did the same exact thing. I sent you on a blitz in the first game. You didn't get it. Well, I don't think you blitzed. But then I told you to do it again. You got the sack. And then the very next play on the last play of the game, you got an interception. That is the memory I'll have of you that was sticking me. This next award is for Jarvis.
Wow.
Guiltless, man. There's way too many goddamn memories. Way too many memories. But the one I think, I'm going to say 2. The first one, the first game against the Chargers of fall 2023. We are losing. We get the ball, we get in the huddle. The first person to say something, he said, let's run and hit you though. And I said, do it. I was looking for the play, he said, just do that one, coach. We did it. Nico throws the pass, he doesn't hit you though. You end up catching the ball, get it past 2 defenders, and you scored the game-winning touchdown. The second memory, you and Avery playing before that playoff game that same season, you fractured your arm. And then in the championship game against that quarterback, we hadn't had an interception against him the previous 2 times we played him. You get the interception. You end up throwing the 2 touchdown passes to Avery and then the game-winning touchdown pass. So many memories, man. I keep going on and on and on. R9 to this, to Gridiron seasons. The next award is for Ron. sit, you didn't get to play the scrimmage. But when you told me you played DB, or you played corner and safety, or I believe you said you played DB, which kids don't usually say that for the position. I'll never forget that. But the best memory I have of you is actually 2 back-to-back championship seasons. He's the one who caught the game-winning pass, touchdown pass in our first championship, and caught the game-winning touchdown pass that sealed the deal in the second championship. This next award is for Mason. Again, with you as well, so many memories, but the most recent one, man, that one-handed tip that you had to yourself, and I sent him a video of this because in the scrimmage, I believe you tried to go for a one-handed interception against the Saints, and he didn't get it, but in the final regular season game, it looked like it was in the same exact spot. He tipped the ball up in one hand. He ended up catching it, he ended up screaming or scoring a touchdown. You guys hear me screaming, whose son is that? Whose son is that? That is the best memory I'll have with you this season. This next award is for Avery.
All right.
This next award is so many memories of you. The first memory started with Metro Parks in the spring of 2023. The first day I met him, I remember his mom telling me he played corner or played safety, quarterback, and cornerback. But on that first practice, he told me he wants to play safety. When I put him at safety, like the way he was just positioning himself, I said, oh my gosh, I finally got some strong safety. I finally got a strong safety for Gridiron. But the other memory I have of you, I remember the first practice we had with Gridiron in the spring of 2023. And at the end of practice, he said, I can't remember what made him say it, but I remember him saying he was the best player on the field at that time. And in my head, I'm just like, he doesn't know about rope on. But that is the memory that stuck with me, man. I love your mentality. That's why I brought that up. This next award is for Jordan.
Jordan.
The next awards I'm going to do is player of the game. I have to say this. So the way I do player of the game is usually we have 2 quarterbacks, Roman and Jordan. So basically the way I do the stats is both of them are automatically disqualified because they're quarterbacks until if 2 people, let's say Mason and Avery, have the same stats, then I'm not going to give the award to them. It'll jump back to the quarterback. So then that's how they get the award. Because they're the one passing the ball and their stats, when they have like 4 or 5 touchdown passes in the game, it just looks better than somebody who has 2 touchdown passes. So, yeah, that's how that is. But quarterbacks, you guys still get awards because at times then there were people who tied in their stats. But if I didn't do it like that, then Rohan and Jordan, you guys would get the majority of the damn trophies, and I'm not about to let that happen. So that's why I do that. I cancel you guys out. If the other 2, if there's somebody with better stats over one other receiver, then they get the trophy. If they tie, then it just goes back to the quarterback. For our scrimmage, our offensive player. For the scrimmage, the offensive player of the game, he had 3 touchdown passes, Jordan. And then the defensive player of the scrimmage, he had 2 flag forward, 1 interception, and a defensive touchdown.
All right, guys, go. Jordan and Avery together.
In our first game against the Saints, he had 3 catches. The offensive player had 3 catches and 2 touchdowns. William,
Liam.
Game 1 defensive player of the game. He had 2 flag pulls, 1 sack, and 1 interception. Jarvis.
Okay, Liam Jarvis.
Game 2, the offensive player, 6 receptions and 2 touchdowns, Avery.
Avery.
And he was also the defensive player of that game with 5 flag pulls and 1 sack, Avery.
Avery. Wow.
In game 3, the offensive player, 3 passing touchdowns, 3 receptions, 2 touchdowns, Jordan. And then the defensive player of game 3 with 1 interception, Louis.
Jordan Louis. Get up, Jordan Louis. Get up, get up.
No, because it says there, who's that one? That one goes to Jordan. It's Louis.
Louis.
She's just going to bring it to you guys in. Actually, Louis, this is good. You messed it up.
Oh, take. Oh.
That was game 3. Okay, so for game 4, our offensive player, he had 5 for. The offensive player had 6 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Rashad. And then the defensive player had 5 flag pulls. Mason.
Okay, Richard Mason. Game 6, the offensive player, 8 receptions and 1 touchdown, Rohan. The defensive player, 7 flag pulls, Avery. All right.
How was this? Game 6. This is. I know. Game 6. So now game 7, offensive player had 5 receptions and 1 touchdown, Rohan. The defensive player 4 flag pulls, Jordan.
All right.
And game 8, he had 1 passing touchdown, 2 receptions for a touchdown, Mason. And the defensive player, 5 flag pulls, an interception, and a defensive touchdown, April.
All right.
Jarvis, did you get a trophy? Avery, you got a trophy? No. Jordan, did you get a trophy? Rohan, did you get a trophy? I want to know what's wrong. Rashad, you got a trophy? I'll take that. And Nathan, you got a trophy? Jordan, you should have 2.
Yes. Is there still one left over? Oh, okay, that's it for players and me.
Sure. Yeah, we'll take some pictures for yourself.
And now the stat leaders. This award is kind of pointless because I didn't put the quarterback this time. I'm fishing this trophy. We had 35 total touchdown passes. We had 26 of them. Passing touchdowns to Jordan.
All right, Jordan.
We had 6 rushing touchdowns. We had 5 of them. Rohan. We had 138 receptions. We had 3 people over 20. Rashad was in the 20s. Can't remember the number. We had 2 people in the 30s. One of them had 34. The other one had 38. One who had 34. Avery had 38. Receptions leader is Avery.
All right.
If Jordan didn't miss the last game, he probably would have had to reception touchdown leaders. We had 35 receptions for touchdowns. It was a tie. They each had 11. Avery and Rohan. Rohan will get the trophy. Avery gets the medal. So that's our flag pools leader. We had 85 flag pools. We had 25 of them. Avery. We had 5 total sacks. He had 2. Sacks leader, Jarvis.
Jarvis.
We had 21 interceptions. He led the team with 7 of them. Rohan. And we had 2 total defensive touchdowns, and he had both of them. Avery.
All right.
That was my stat. Those were the stat leaders from this season. This next award, my favorite award. I have Rashad, Mason, and Simon come up here.
Oh, 3.
I don't do this with I-9, I don't do this with extra parts, I'm going to do it with the Gridiron team. The first time I announced this award, I didn't even announce it the spring of 2023. My head was just out of it after I told my team. But that season, the first title award winner was Owen, the second one in the fall of 2023, Mason, in the spring of 2024, Simon, and then in the fall of last year, Rashad. Basically, this award is basically the most improvement from the beginning of the season to the end. But I stopped doing it because of the improvement that I've seen with Rashad from, I want to say the spring of 2023 to the summer, all the way into the fall. He just kept it going. So then I extended it from season to season. Your first season was last year in the spring. I remember last year in the summertime, we lost that game to the Chiefs. I told you I needed you to be more physical. I remember your dad, he told me that he had you running and working out. And he told you the same exact thing, you got to be more physical. Ever since then, I've seen you get more physical, in the summertime. After that, you ended up leading the team in interceptions. I don't recall a time besides the Colts game, but that even wasn't your fault. We were just getting dominated. I think there was only one time this season you gave up a touchdown, which was in the Cougars game the first time you played them. Ever since then, I don't think you gave up a touchdown all season. The reason I brought you here was because of your height. You were my free safety going forward. I can't wait to see you to play on the 7-on-7 team on Saturday. And going forward, I hope you continue to improve. My ultimate Tiger for this season, Louis. Stand right here. So we give it another round of applause, man. This season, it was hard. It wasn't a hard decision. It was out of Avery improving on offense and defense, which is insane because I've seen the improvement. The version you guys seen of him on defense is the same version me and Jordan see with him in Metro Park. Jordan, the improvement, you communicating with me on the field, telling me when this guy on defense is doing something, if the middle of the field is open, if the side of the field is open. And then Rohan, it's hard for me to say what he's improved, but goddamn it is. At one point, I said to myself, he's the worst flag puller on the team. Okay? At one point in the practice, I said that he was leading the team in flag pulls, which he was, and ever since then, everyone on the tear and started pulling every flag in sight, and ended up passing them. So then it came down to you three and Louis, but I have to give it to Louis because the improvement I've seen. Again, only giving him, I can recall one touchdown this season. And yeah, you guys are my 4 Tiger Award, Ultimate Tigers from the spring of 2023 until now. Okay, thank you guys for your hard work. Thank Before I get into the Junior Major Awards, again, you guys, I want to say thank you. You guys are doing countless memories. It sucks that yesterday was our last 5-on-5 football game. Again, you guys, we played in 4 championship games. We won 2 of them. We weren't able to capture a state championship. You guys gave me 200 seasons. I never asked for it, but you guys gave me that. The biggest blowout ever, I think it was 76 to 0 or 76-6. I think it was 6-6 one touchdown. I remember that because Jordan went on a blitz and you ran into Avery, or Avery went on a blitz and ran into you and you got Evan and Jake caught it. I think he caught it right. Ed caught it. He ended up scoring, so yes, I do remember that. You guys, your final game of the season was 2023. But again, guys, thank you so much for all the memories. It sucks that our last game was a loss, but our 5-on-5, but our last 5-on-5 game at Emerald Ridge, we ended up winning. So again, thank you guys for all the hard work at 5-on-5. And for the 4 of you that are in here that are on the 7-on-7 team, whatever we do in 7-on-7 here in the summer, we're going to take it there in the fall and just keep on improving. And hopefully we can win a state championship in 7-on-7. Okay. My top offensive player this season. This is his first time winning this award. He had 9 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns, 34 receptions, 11 receiving touchdowns. The Tigers' top offensive player. He was the only player who scored every single game this season. Rohan. I think this is his third time winning this award. He won it in the fall of 2023. He didn't get it in the spring of 24 because Jordan got it. He won it last year, and now he's winning it again. He led the team in flag pulls. He led the team in defensive touchdowns, led the team in receptions. But this is the defensive tiger award, or the top defensive player award. So he had 25 flag pulls, 1 sack, 3 interceptions, 2 defensive touchdowns. Avery. And my MVP race, it came down to 3 players, Gordon, Rohan, and Avery. Gordon was eliminated because he didn't play the final game. And that altered the MVP race somewhat a lot. Like I said, it came down to that final game. Before, we had one MVP for every Tiger season. I don't know if we could settle with that one because we were the Giants, not the Tigers. But we do have a new MVP today. He is my son. He's the only player, even within I-9 and Metro Parks, to receive every single award. Obviously not passing touchdowns because he doesn't play quarterback. In the spring of 2023, he was the rushing touchdown leader. In the fall, he was top offensive player and top defensive player in the fall of 2023. In the spring of 24, he was the offensive player. The fall of last year, he was the defensive player. I believe in the summer, he got defensive player as well. I remember one day we were driving home and I told him he would probably never ever get MVP. And it wasn't to try to bash him or anything like that. It's because I don't usually provide a place for him because he's my son and he's just put on the team. So I try to throw the ball out to the rest of you guys. But even though I don't call plays for him, as much as I do for you guys, he still finds a way to get open. And I know you guys see him last year, the first play of the game would always go to him. And instantly he was just scoring on the first play of the game. But this season, it was just another level. I finally got to see the Metro Parks defensive player, Avery, which I was wondering where that was. The most valuable player this season. He had 38 receptions, 1 rushing touchdown, 11 reception touchdowns, 25 flag pulls, 1 sack, 3 interceptions, 2 defensive touchdowns. Again, the only player to receive every single trophy. The most valuable player this season, Gridiron.
All right.
That is it for awards. Again, I know some of you guys didn't get the award, but I've said this before, and it's mainly because of Mason. I believe this is the first time Mason's ever got an offensive player and a defensive player trophy. Just because you didn't win the award, it does not mean you didn't do something. It was time somebody got, I believe, Simon, you had a game winning receiving touchdown to somebody else that did more than you. Every game, somebody had a flag pull, somebody had a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown, passing touchdown, you had catches, but somebody else had more than you. So just because you didn't get a trophy doesn't mean you didn't do anything. I told Mason this before because I remember in the fall of 23 he didn't get an award. But I remember him not getting scored on that in the whole entire season. I'd rather take that over somebody else getting an award because he did his job absolutely every single game to the point where barely anybody was throwing him the ball where he can't even give me an interception. So if he's shutting down his part of the field, that means the quarterback's going to throw it somewhere else, giving Rohan interceptions, giving Owen interceptions, giving Simon interceptions, Adrian interceptions, Bennett interceptions, 8 interceptions from the fall of 2023. All those players were on that team. So again, just because you didn't receive an award doesn't mean you didn't do anything. You did your part. Unfortunately, somebody ended up doing more than you or some way to get open. But again, you guys, thank you for two years and incredible, so many memories. I didn't expect any of this. I did not expect any of this. And when I signed in here for Gridiron, I didn't expect the second season us winning the championship. Mason, I didn't expect seeing you get that game-winning touchdown. And I will never forget you running to you and screaming and going crazy after you got that catch. It's not on video, but I do recall me jumping up and down in the middle of the field after you getting that touchdown. That second touchdown that you caught, game-sealing touchdown, I'll never forget that. The memories, Rohan is the game that onside attempt that we had, we scoring, and us taking the lead against Lincoln. That is probably one of the best memories I'll have. So I'll never forget that beatdown we took. And now, you guys, that beatdown was on my birthday. And the day before, in I-9 with Avery, we lost the championship. We were trying to go back-to-back championships, and we lost on October 28th in the spring of the fall of 2023. The very next day, my birthday, we lost to Lincoln. We got beat down. I wasn't prepared for that. And then last year, we were able to get revenge. We taking us to the state championship. And then, I can go on and on and on about the memories. I'll never forget any of it. So again, guys, thank you so much for all the hard work. And if you guys do plan on returning in the fall for 7-on-7, I can't wait for that season to start. When does it start? I think September.